When our ancestors began painting on cave walls, they drew what they saw around them. But in a world where survival was the priority, this was more than just art. Cave painting was a ritual to them, perhaps to contact the spirits of the animals they hunted. The drawings began to show symbols of the invisible spirits behind the visible world. Nature itself was a great goddess of fertility, a mother to all living things. Later, as they recognized the male role in reproduction, they symbolized a male god as her partner. This drawing of symbols to represent the invisible forces of nature is the origin of human religion. By 3000 BC, leaders of civilizations like the Egyptian pharaoh Akhenaten were proclaiming an all-powerful male god whom they equated to the sun, the source of all energy. Following successive waves of migration, invasion and conquest, ancient Britain had become a blend of localized religions and beliefs, paganism as the Romans called it. But as the Romans withdrew, a powerful new religion from the Middle East called Christianity was slowly rising to dominance. By the Norman conquest, it had become a political weapon wielded by the powerful of Europe. Churches were built upon ancient sites and became power centers for Britain's new rulers. State religion was forced upon the conquered population, and centuries of oppression, fear, torture and darkness followed. But even as the ancient beliefs were outlawed and demonized, they did not simply die out. Instead, they became absorbed into myth and legend. By the 18th century, the age of science and reason had brought renewed interest in ancient beliefs hidden in folklore. Emboldened by the power of science and no longer fearful of the world of spirits, men of learning created new disciplines of study like archaeology and anthropology. They also began to revive esoteric arts and uncovered secret knowledge that had lain hidden for centuries. In the 1930s, an ex-colonial named Gerald Gardner discovered on the edge of the New Forest in southern England what he believed to be a surviving remnant of the ancient witch cult, and he was initiated into its mysteries. To Gardner, the cult embodied the spirit of ancestral Britain, and with the final repeal of the Witchcraft Act in 1951, he was able to write openly about its modern practices and ancient roots. Gerald Gardner inspired others around him to join the craft, and to evolve and update its practices. Perhaps the most significant of these was Doreen Valiente, who provided modern pagan witchcraft with a robust religious litany and rituals that were authentic, translatable, and accessible. During the 1960s, movements dubbed New Age, which championed individual spirituality and free thinking, emerged and flourished. These included Wicca, witchcraft, Druidry, heathenism, and many other modern religions claiming ancient pagan roots. The witchcraft of Gardner and Valiente is now only part of modern pagan society, albeit an important one, as paganism takes a respected and protected place among the other faiths and religions in our multicultural society.